The only way to stay in business today and in the future is to leverage AI to grow faster and more efficiently. Your competitors are going to use AI, and if you don't know how to do it, they will leave you behind. Now, let's not let that happen. All right, so number 4 is the content marketing, arguably the most important asset you need to have in a small business. This is your advantage over the competition because no one can be you, at least, well, right now. So let's use ChatGPT live right here to help us come up with some topics that our audience is likely already struggling with to create content for your brand. All right, so one thing that I think that a lot of people make the mistake of is just going straight into the question without giving any context. So let's go ahead and give context here. So we are a clothing boutique that is based in All right, so what I told ChatGPT was that how long we've been around, who we serve, why we serve them, and more importantly, why we're not generating as many sales as we would like online. So I asked it to come up with 5 video content ideas that are likely to address the problems that our audience has and would get a lot of views on short form platforms like TikTok or Instagram Reels. So let's see what it came up with. So style tips for women over 30, create a series of short videos providing fashion tips, good idea. Affordable fashion hacks, share tips and tricks on how to save money while still looking fashionable. Behind the scenes of a boutique, give a sneak peek. Real women, real style, feature real customers wearing your clothes in everyday lives, share their stories. Number 5, how to shop online. Many women struggle with buying clothes online, especially when it comes to sizing and fit. Create a video series providing tips and tricks on how to accurately measure yourself. Okay, so any one of these actually are pretty good ideas. So what you could do is you could take all 5 of them and create the video ideas, or if you found one of them that you really liked, for example, I feel like the style tips for women over 30 is a big one. So we could say, I really like number 1. So what I really like was number 1, and can you give me some alternatives or different variety of content that I could create into a series? It says, sure. Here are some alternatives. So wardrobe essentials, create a series of videos highlighting the key pieces every day. Style inspiration, accessory spotlight. So this is the style tips for women over 30, and then I'm gonna break down the wardrobe essentials, style inspiration, and then accessory spotlight, and those could be the 3 types of videos that I could create from that piece of content that we were talking about originally with the style tips for women over 30. We could go even more in depth and say, all right, these are great. Okay, so what I asked it to do is now write me a 30-second script for each of these 3 videos, and then I will go in and I could make sure that the messaging and verbiage really matches my brand, so that you have a good starting point here where, all right, now I have 3 videos that I can go and record short form content of the problem that my audience has and go and post those online. Now make sure that you don't just copy and paste these. I think that's an issue that people have, is that they copy and paste these instead of adding their own messaging, their own branding to it. Remember, you've been around, or you at least know your brand better than everybody else. ChatGPT does not know your brand. Even if you give it all of these inputs, it still can't master you at being you right now. All right, so what I would do is then I would just grab these, put them into Google Doc or put them over into notes on your phone, review them, make sure they matches, again, your messaging, your branding, and you could create that content. Then come back over to ChatGPT and continue to pump out content for your brand. Howdy, for those who do not know me, I'm Aaron, and alongside my business partner Christian, we own BitBranding, an e-commerce marketing agency that specializes in helping clothing stores grow and scale profitably online. We drop new content for you multiple times throughout the week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, so number 3 is email and SMS marketing, or your profit. If y'all get nothing else from this video, please take action here. We still talk to clothing stores every single day who are not leveraging email and SMS. Y'all, this is where your business actually grows. It is the area where the most profit is generated, and isn't even close. Facebook doesn't come close. UGC doesn't come close. Email marketing is the most profitable asset in your business. So let me show you some easy to use and practical ways to use ChatGPT to give you effective copy. Okay, so before I give it any type of prompt, I need to make sure that I give it the right direction. Instead of, hey, help me create really good subject lines or really good headlines or anything. We are going to ask those things, but we have to be very specific. So what's good is that I've kept this on the same thread. The system knows, or the AI knows what I'm talking about, who my boutique is, because I've continued to ask those questions. So now I'm going to tell them that I'm dropping a summer collection, and I'm going to add a little bit of details here and see if we can come up with some headlines and preview text. All right, so what I asked it to do is to give us 3 headlines and then 3 preview lines about the summer collection that we're gonna drive curiosity and get people to click. So this is a good starting point that we have here. All right, so this says, get ready to sizzle this summer with our hot new collection. Get summer ready with our latest collection, perfect for the beach. Discover the hottest summer trends with our latest collection. Preview lines from bold prints to vibrant colors. Our new summer collection has arrived. Looking for the latest summer. Okay, so a couple of things with the headlines. They sound great, but they're gonna be too long to read in the inbox. So what we need to do is, all right, so what I told it to do was to cut it down to about 70 characters or less and see what we have for a preview and a headline here. All right, so sizzle this summer with our hot collection, bold prints and vibrant colors to stand out this season. So it'd read headline, then preview line. The second one is get summer ready with our latest collection. Breezy dresses and playful rompers soak up in the summer sun in style. Discover the hottest summer trends with us, the hottest summer trends and must-have pieces discover with us. Okay, so I like number 1 and number 2. And so what I asked it to do was to come up with 2 alternatives to each of them. So now I have 3 to play with. So 3 headlines and 3 preview lines. And I'm gonna send out 2 emails. I would like to do a split test. So I'm gonna choose the best 2, and then I'll send out a split test and see which one of them go. Then the information that like Klaviyo, if you use Klaviyo, will give you is something that you can use to help ChatGPT in the future say, hey, this was the winning headline. And now with this winning headline and this winning preview line, give me alternatives of this, but for, you know, a beach vacation or my resort collection versus the summer collection. All right, so it says, stay cool and stylish with our latest summer collection. From beach days to backyard barbecues, our collection has you covered. I like that. The third one, get trendy this summer with our new collection. It's okay. Our latest collection is a must-see for fashionistas who have to stay on trend. So number 3, I'd probably eliminate. I'd probably keep these top 2. So now I have the 2 that I'm gonna run with. And then again, the headline matches with the preview line. As you can see there, it gives me some great options that I can go and use for my email marketing right now. Same thing for SMS. As you're sending out SMS, you could use the same exact strategy for a headline or preview line or body text for your SMS that you send out as well. And if you really wanted to go into it, you could give it the details of your Klaviyo account. Hey, most people open between this time and this time. What do you think is best? And hey, most of my customers, my open rate is this. I have an engaged list that is this large. How can I improve my engagement with my emails? What would you suggest, right? You can continue to go down that path. But the headlines, preview lines, these are the first ones because if they don't open up the email, you don't really have something to go off of here. All right, so number 2 is UGC or user-generated content. Really, it's just other people creating content for you right now. So what's working right now is authentic marketing and social proof, which is literally UGC, like I just said. I would say the hardest part with UGC, though, is finding the right people who align with your brand, making sure they actually have good engagement, and then getting them to create quality content. It's a lot of moving factors because you have to find that person, and then they have to be within a price range that you can afford, and then they have to have good enough engagement. But ChatGPT makes this 10 times easier. Let me show you exactly how I would use this right now. But before I do, make sure that you check out our free 15-minute training that will walk you through step-by-step how to grow your clothing store online. Whether you're trying to make your first $10,000 a month or $1 million a month like these guys, we have you covered. Click the link in the description down below. Okay, on to UGC. Okay, so what I wanna do is I wanna figure out a way that ChatGPT can help me find people and engage with them, whether it's through DM, just figuring out a way to reach out to them, and I need a way to find really good engagement. There's tools out there, there's software out there that allows you to see the engagement, but then you gotta message them on a DM on Instagram or wherever it may be. So I'm gonna focus on Instagram right now, and let's make this as easy as possible. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more information. I'm gonna prompt it with a couple of things, and then we will go from there. So okay, so what I asked it to do was to find people who align with our brand based off of the information that I gave it above. We're really looking for that 30 to 50-year-old woman, and I really want people who have at least a 10% engagement rate on Instagram, and I want to make sure that they have at least 25,000 followers or less. As you can see here, it gave me 10 Instagram handles. Sometimes those are good, then you gotta plug those into Instagram. So I'm gonna tell it, these are great. Okay, so I'd have to copy and paste this into Instagram, but instead they're gonna give me the direct URL. So here we go. And now I have the 10 direct URLs that I can go and message people on Instagram. So one thing though with ChatGPT is you have to make sure that these people are still active, because ChatGPT, at least at this time, is pulling a lot of data from September of 2021. I know that sounds crazy, but it's 2023 right now, or whenever you're watching the video, so it updates periodically. So it may be pulling older data. So you have to make sure that they're actually legitimate. So this person right here, she has 45,000 followers. At least at this point, it's good. I know that Stylish Stella has 24,000 followers, 11% engagement rate, and this was a couple years ago. Now she has 46,000 followers. She's still growing, still growing, and has still a good engagement rate. But I could DM her. So now I could say, okay, I really like. What I asked was, hey, okay, so now ChatGPT, I really want to figure out a way that I can message Stella and get her to be interested in working with our brand. So I said, come up with an idea here, because I'm trying to think of something as well. This may be 50% of what I go off of. But it says, hey, are you looking to share affordable fashion finds with your followers this summer? We think your style perfectly matches our boutique and would love to collaborate on a summer collection. So that seems very corporate. I would want something a little bit different. Let's see if we can get something better. So what I said was, this was too corporate. Find me some options that sounds a little bit more friendly and conversational. So instead it says, hey, Stella, we're obsessed with your fashion sense and think you'd love our boutique. Want to collaborate on some summer looks. Your fashion posts always catch our eye. We'd love to send you clothes and try on for the feature there. Try on some clothes to try to feature on your feed. Your style is so on point and we think your boutique would be a perfect fit. Want to join forces to summer collection inspo. Okay, so it gives me an idea. It gives me something better, but now I can just take it and put in my own personal remarks to it, or make it a little bit more personable from me, add the own messaging. But it gets us a good starting point, and it gets us the information we need. So now we have a direct link to them. I can message them via DM. They probably have their DMs open, especially since they only have 46,000 followers, but they seem to be posting consistently. It looks like it's good engagement. They definitely are focused on our demographic of people based off of what I gave ChatGPT. So now I would just do that over and over again. So I would just message those 10 people here instead of having to go and look through other software or whatever else that may be to find the right people. So now I found Stella, I would shoot her a DM, and then at this point I would also use ChatGPT to say, okay, if she doesn't answer the first message, what are 2 or 3 follow-ups that I should do to make sure to get her to open the message, or find a strategy to get her to open the DM to get a response, because we know that the biggest area here is that our messages will probably be left as a request since she's not following us. But gives us a good idea, gives us a great way to use user-generated content, and it doesn't take a ton of time to do. All right, so number 1 is Facebook ads. Arguably one of the fastest and most effective ways to find new customers, build a brand, and grow your business. ChatGPT will get you 60% of the way. It's your job to get you the rest of the way to creating effective ads. I'm going to be showing you how to use ChatGPT and how to use it to build an actual campaign. So let's go check that out. Okay, so what I want ChatGPT to do is take what I know is a winning campaign. And the best thing to do for this is literally just go to Facebook, and we're gonna go to the ads library. And continuing on with our boutique example here, I know there's some big boutiques out there like Pink Lily that are already running ads and that have been around for a while. So I'm gonna look for Pink Lily. I'm gonna go to their ads. So I can go down to page transparency here, see all, and then go to the ad library. And then what I wanna see is something that's been running for a while, because if it's been running for a while, it means that it's obviously working. And then I wanna double check everything, and let's see here. So this has been running since March 27th, so about a week or so, not too much. I'm really looking for something that's been a little bit longer than that. March 20th, all right, let's see here. This has been running since March 16th, that's a DPA. Okay, so it helps to have the context of where these ads are coming from. So it says, hey beautiful, long time no see. In case you missed it, Pink Lily Beauty is live. Let your confidence bloom with multitasking products made with good for you ingredients. Probably not gonna work there. This is UGC. Let's find something. Their copy is all short. Okay, so if this wasn't winter and we wanted to change this out for summer, it looks like it's been running for a long period of time. January 26th, so for months. And this is some copy. So I told ChatGPT, okay, so what I told ChatGPT was that this was something they launched for winter. I want to come up with some alternatives for our summer collection that we had mentioned earlier. So it gave me some new options here. Used emojis and then switch them out based off of the time of the year. So let's see what it has here. So our original one that they said was check me out, it had a cart. Winter may still be here, but we're turning up the heat with our new athleisure shop, new athleisure collection below. We're dropping a collection for summer, so let's see how it comes out. Get ready to turn up the heat. Our summer collection has officially dropped. Shop now. And then our boutique website. Summer styles have arrived. Get your wardrobe ready for the season with our latest collection. Ready to upgrade your summer wardrobe? Our newest collection is filled with trendy styles and affordable prices. Shop now at our boutique website.com. So this gives me 3 options. I think they're okay, but what I could do is go back to the ads library here and I could find alternatives to things that had worked as well, and then give it a few more prompts till I've really popped out like 3 subject lines here. Now what we do is we would make sure that this message matched up with our content. So we have to give context to what we're giving to ChatGPT because it can't necessarily see our content, at least right now, right? I think ChatGPT 4, probably that's an option, but at least for the one we're using that's free for y'all, is it can't see the image. So we have to know that this swimsuit or this dress or whatever it is, it needs to match the copy, and then those 2 pieces together need to make sure that they go to a very specific page on the website. Those are the 3 combinations that must be in place. So the messaging, the content creation, and that destination to make sure that it's completely seamless. So let's go over to Ads Manager now, and we will plug in this copy here as well. And then actually before I do that, I wanna make sure that we come up with, so there's some primary text, and then I wanna come up with some headlines from this as well. And then we'll be able to put this into Facebook. So 1 second here. All right, so I came up with some headlines. I didn't really care for them because they were super long, so I needed to give more information. That was on my fault there, is I needed to make sure that they knew that I was creating a Facebook ad, and I needed the headline to be something that could be seen on a Facebook ad without getting cut off. So it gave me something else. Summer styles now available. Get ready for summer with our latest collection. I like that. Find your perfect summer look. Shop now. Okay, so we got some options here that we could test out. And then obviously you need to change out your boutique's name to our actual boutique name. We haven't come up with a name yet, but if you have one, just drop it down below and maybe we'll use that for the future videos. Okay, so let's go over here to Facebook ads. We just go through business.facebook.com. Go ahead and click on the ads manager, and then let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click create. I'm gonna hit sales. I'm gonna hit continue. I'm gonna use manual because Advantage Plus shopping right now is more for like our prospecting, like once we found winners and we'll scale. This is just more of a testing campaign. Hit manual sales campaign. Let's label this our summer collection. Scroll down, we are going for sales. It's not a catalog. Advantage Plus budget, that's basically the old CBO or campaign budget optimization. Start out at around $100 a day. Highest volume, run the ads all the time. Go ahead and click next. We are gonna do dynamic creative. That's how we can test things at a faster rate. And our ad set name is broad. We're going for age, gender, and location here. So I'm looking at, we'll just do what we said. They said they're 30, but let's give them the opportunity, 25 to 64. And then we are looking for women. And then we will use Advantage Plus placements. Should be 7-day click, 1 day after viewing. Should be good there. Give Facebook as much data as possible. And then our ads, let's go ahead and put this in there as well. This is something we've been testing a lot, where it's either we do like a 3-2-2, so 3 pieces of creative, 2 headlines, 2 preview lines, and we've also been testing going back to 10 pieces of creative. So we've been playing around with what actually works right now. I'm gonna put in multiple pieces of creative. I think we're gonna do a 5-3-3. That's because of what I have available. So we're gonna go ahead and select images. Just so you know, I'm just picking random images. These do not have anything to do with the summer collection. I'm just grabbing stuff so that we can use it as an example. Make sure you actually put in your summer collection. So I got 5 pieces of content. Optimize creative for each person, that's completely fine. Let's go ahead and copy over our primary text. So this is primary text number 1. Add another text option. We'll add primary text number 2. I'm gonna get rid of these quotations too. As you can guess, that's probably not a good idea to keep those in there. And then number 3, okay. I'm just gonna put boutique. Take off the quotations. Although the quotations may get people to stop and actually wonder, so it stops the scroll, maybe a good option. I'm gonna keep your boutique's name there for that. All right, so those are 3 primary texts. Let's grab our 3 headlines. Let's see how they show up here. 1, then 2, and 3. Here we go. All right, make sure you put a destination URL, branding CO. That's just our company website. Obviously, you need to put in your own website. Okay, so then we make sure that we have it as shop now. It says beat the heat and the style with our new summer collection. Shop now and stay cool all season long. Summer styles are now available. Shop our new something. Cuts off a little bit, so I'd get on to Chat GPT about telling me that it was gonna fit. You haven't selected domain that prioritizes iOS 14.5, so I'd want to make sure that I do that. Here we go. I'll keep that thing from being quiet. App events, make sure that's turned on. Okay, we got all that stuff set up. If you have any URL tags, or if you use something like Triple Whale to track data, make sure that you put that in here as well. Also, if you don't know about Triple Whale, it actually tracks all of the attribution that happens across anything that you do. So Klaviyo, Facebook ads, TikTok, etc. It's extremely powerful. Check out the link in the description down below on if you want to actually figure out where your sales are actually happening. Okay, so that's it. That's everything that you would possibly need right here. ChatGPT helped us build that actual ad. Then you would hit publish. I always tell people, if you're at a $100 a day budget or $50 a day budget, a $30 a day budget, whatever that is, we really want the ads to run for about 7 days, because a 7-day click, we don't know when things are gonna come through. On the very last day, they may start to be profitable. So really let it run for about a 7-day period. 5 days will tell us a good information. 7 days gives us even better information. And especially if this is your first campaign setting up, you are going to need to give Facebook time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is that they make a bunch of changes and then wonder why something does not work. All right, so if you want more information about how ChatGPT can help grow your clothing store, make sure you go watch this video right here next about how you can use it specifically for your Shopify store. All right, you all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. And P.S., make sure you hit that subscribe button.